Hi Stampers, it's Lisa with Queen Bee Creations. Welcome. I'm excited you're here. Today we're going to be doing an arrow fold card, and we've done this similar design multiple times in the past. We've just done it kind of oriented in a landscape version. This time we're doing it portrait style, and I'm excited to show you how it's done. Let's get down to my desk. Okay, this is the fold we're working with today. It's a portrait orientation arrow fold. This example is made using Flirty Flamingo cardstock with the Mixed Media Floral Designer Series paper, the Impressions of Bloom stamp set, but today we're using a crushed curry card base, and this is 4 1/4 by 11. And then I have some designer series paper that is Mediterranean Blooms. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have 2 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. And one of them is optional, but you'll see what I mean when we get to that point. And then I cut an element out of the front of the other designer series paper. There's another layer that has these, and I was going to use that in the center instead of the flowers. And then I have a piece for our sentiment. And this is just a strip of basic white. It's about 1 inch by 3 1/4. I flagged the ends like that by finding the middle. So I'm laying this on my ruler and then marking where the center is. And you can measure up half the distance of what this is. So this is 3/4 of an inch. So you'd go up a little less than that. And then you're going to cut from this to the top of that point, and then from this to the top of that point. And that would flag the ends for you. Or if you happen to have one of the banner punches, we have had those in the past that will cut that for you. Okay, we're going to start out with our crushed curry base, and I'm going to score this at 5 1/2. But then I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to put it at 2 inches. And then I'm going to make a pencil mark on either side. I like doing this in the trimmer because I know that I am exactly straight across when I do it this way. But now I'm going to line it up at 4, and we're going to do the same thing. Make a mark at either side. Now, what I want to do is find the middle down here. So half of 4 1/4 is going to be 2 1/8. You can also do this on your grid paper up here at the top. They have this absolute 0. So you can, whenever you have this aligned, where it's the same number on either side, then you know that that's going to be your middle. Okay, but we're going to once again take our trimmer, and then we're going to put the middle down here and then the 2 inch mark, and we're going to score. Make sure it's the score blade and not the cut blade. Ask me how I know. And then we're going to pivot, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go up to that 4 inch mark. And then we're going to do this a third time. We're going to go up to the 5 1/2 score line. And then we're going to repeat this on the other side. Looks like I'm just a touch off over here. Okay, so now I want to burnish my score lines. Oh, we may want to come in and use a little eraser and take our pencil marks off now that we no longer need them. But we're going to make this outside one a mountain. Then we're going to do a valley. And then we're going to do a mountain once again. Now I'm being very careful to try to keep my point nice and pointy down here at the bottom. So on the other side, again, mountain, valley. And being careful with this corner. And once again, valley. So it's going to give you kind of this overlap in the front. And so that's why I was saying you may want that additional piece of basic white, because then you can cover that up. And then it's not quite as noticeable. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this down. So I'm taking some liquid glue, being careful to make sure that I'm staying below this mark. So I'll often just take my fingernail and kind of make a little mark so I know stay below that. Okay, now while we give that a second to dry, we're going to come back in with our trimmer. And we're going to take these 4 by 5 1/4 layers. And one of them, I'm going to make a mark at 2 down here at the bottom on my basic white. And then I'm going to do the same with my designer series paper. I'm making a mark at 2. But then we're going to cut from this center mark up to this upper corner. So I'm going to lay both ends in my trimmer right along that track. And then I'm going to cut. Okay, now I got kind of lucky with the designer series paper that I picked, that I liked both sides of it. And so I thought that went together well. You may find that you want to use a different designer series paper and use the outside of one and the inside of the other. It depends on whether or not you feel they go together well. But I liked mine, so we're going to go with that. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to glue the neutral side to the top, and then I'm going to use the busy side on the inside so that I have a little bit of contrast. But that's going to fit nicely right in the middle there. And with the liquid glue, I've got a little bit of time to wiggle it around and put it to where I'm happy with where it's landed. Okay, on the inside, I'm going to take and put this 4 by 5 1/4 inch layer. But first I'm going to glue these corners on. So again, with the liquid glue, I'm able to butt it clear up to the corner and push it over to the edge and make sure that I am flush on the bottom and on the side. I'm going to do that on both sides. And then I can adhere that entire layer to the inside of my card. This is just an adhesive remover that I'm able to gently remove that leftover glue. And then I'm going to glue this triangle over the top of this. Okay, so that's just going to make the top a little prettier. On the front for the focal point, I have this piece that I have fussy cut from another sheet of this same designer series paper. And so I'm going to mount that right there. And then I have the tag that I had cut for our sentiment to go across. So let's once again use that thanks from the Impressions of Bloom. I just thought that was a good size. There we go. And maybe you want to put it straight over the top. Maybe you want to tuck it under a little, you know, figure out where you want it to go. I think I might even, let's see if we can narrow this down a touch. So I'm just laying it in my trimmer and I'm making it even. There we go. So I guess with this stamp, we could have gone with 1/2 of an inch, maybe 3/8, but I like that better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that there and then add a ribbon at the top, and I think we'll be good. I wanted to put a bow up here, so I'm going to bring in some, this is the faux linen ribbon in Darling Duckling, and we're going to make a bow. So I'm going to bring in my bow maker tool. These are for sale on my website. We're going to wrap the ribbon around, and then we're going to make what I call a cancer ribbon kind of in the front where we do this crisscross. I'm going to take my upper ribbon and I'm going to feed it through underneath, pull it up and over the top, and then just tie a knot. And then as I tie this knot, I'm kind of pulling the tails down a little as I tighten it, because this time I want them to dangle. Sometimes I want them to go side to side. This one I want to dangle. And then that's going to be able to glue right up there with a glue dot. So I have one under either tail and one behind the knot because I wanted to be able to feed the tails to where I want them. And there we go. There is our portrait orientation of the arrow fold card. So there you go. I hope you love it and you give it a try. Thanks so much. Bye.